Ready, start. It's going down right here. The best in throwback hits, the best in TV. GFN Global TV, and we back with another Fitness by Nori. What's going on, Nori?
What's up, G? What's up? Welcome to the Lunchtime Power Hour brought to you by Fitness by Nori. Man, this has been a crazy, crazy week. What's been up with you, G?
Oh man, just hanging in there, enjoying some of the rain
Oh,
that we're getting because we were teetering on drought. You
yes.
talk about it. It may
They said
rain.
it had been over 100 days,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. In
Yeah.
the whole summer, if it rained 2 times, we were lucky.
If it's sprinkled.
Yeah,
You're making me think about it now. It was really dry.
yeah,
I was out there with water in my yard, like, and doing it in spaces.
yeah, yeah,
You have to do it in pieces.
yeah. So just to be able to enjoy that and sitting down talking with Amon Rashidi,
Okay.
on some big things that we got planned. We all going to be a part of it, and
Awesome.
just
Awesome.
seeing, your fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
People starting to recognize what you're
Yeah.
doing. So
Yeah.
to anybody that's out there, it's called consistency.
Consistency.
And you have to be
is key.
consistent. Yeah, you got to be consistent. Look at
Yeah.
how you built.
I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Consistency is key. You can't jump in 1 minute and expect for things to change overnight. And I always tell people, like, you didn't get that size overnight.
Right,
The
right.
only difference is those that are trying to gain weight, because there are people that are trying to gain weight.
Right.
So if you're trying to gain weight, it may be different. But if you are gaining weight and you have gained weight, you didn't get that way overnight.
Yeah. And you can't make a 50-cent investment and look for $1 million.
Right.
You got to put $1 million
Right.
worth of work in to
Right.
your investment, whether it's small or large. You have to act like this is what you're doing. So if you're trying to
Absolutely.
get your body in order, you have to put the
You have to
investment
invest.
right in
Right.
yourself to get your body
Absolutely.
in order. Right.
Absolutely.
It's not gonna come
A lot
together
of
on its own.
a lot of times people, I tell them it's just the way that you want to invest, because
Right.
either you're going to invest in your health or you're going to invest in your medicine or whatever.
Right,
Right.
right.
So you can spend that same money on your trainers and your gym memberships and things like that, right, and buying your fitness gear and looking all good. Or you can use that same money and pay for all those prescriptions, the doctor's offices, all those hospital bills, and all that craziness. You
Right.
know, one of my clients, I want to kick a shout out to him. One of my VIP clients, he started with me at 460 pounds.
Wow.
He ended up having to go out and have surgery on his foot. And when he went out to have surgery, we wanted to make sure he was under the 300 mark so we could continue to, push the envelope or whatever, right, to hit his goals. Excuse me. When he went out for his surgery, he was at 297. So that's amazing. He had lost all of that weight he lost the bulk of it in the first 9 months.
I think I've seen him in the video.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
I was showing him a lot in his journey and everything. So to let you know, he was on 14 different medications. 14 different medications, including, diabetes and high blood pressure and all of that. And by the time we made it to that point to where he was getting ready to have the surgery on the issue with his foot, he was taking no medications. No, all 14 of them was gone. His body was changing so quickly. His doctor was having a problem with keeping up with his dosages and stuff. He was
Yes.
just taking him off of stuff. So again, you can invest in your health or you can invest in the medicine part of things.
Right,
Because
right,
medicine doesn't heal you. It just attacks the actual symptoms. It doesn't heal the issue.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it gives you more problems than anything.
Sometimes it don't heal you, it'll kill you.
Hey.
I'm just keeping it in a rhyme format. But that happens. I mean, there's a lot of people that die under doctor care.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is something that we're going to be talking about today. So we got to make sure that we are loving ourselves. This is Love Yourself Part 2, loving yourself. So guys, listen, tomorrow, is National Movie Chain Day. And so movies are $3. How long ago has it been since movies was $3? I remember when you could go to the movies for $1. They would drop you off. And my folks would drop us off for $1 a day at the movies.
What was you used to go to that place that was in DeSoto, right off the highway?
What
was the name of that?
I don't know. I don't remember. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's right there, and they drop you off, and it'd be the $1 movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We used to go there as well. But tomorrow is National Movie Chain Day. And it's $3 for movies. So if you haven't seen that, like Justin Peele's new movie, Nope. You might want to go and see that. So Baby, I talk about Baby all the time. Baby said that she wanted me to like take her to the movies and stuff like that. Her mom left me a message this morning because since she's been in school, we haven't had a whole lot of time, right, to spend with each other.
Right.
And so she said she missed me a whole lot. And oh my God, that just did my heart some good. But she specifically said she wanted to go to the movies, which is kind of off a little bit because if she, I haven't seen the Justin Peele movie Nope yet, but she has. You can also see the Idris Elba movie Beast.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie, and I don't think she has.
Now, did you go to the movies or did you get it online? Because now they are offering.
They
where
do
you can
everything
purchase,
online, right?
Yeah, different Prime, all them different ones. You can purchase the movies on your TV.
But to see those two movies, she went to the movies, and to see Beast, I went to the movies. So we actually went to the movies.
Right.
So if you guys want to get out and see that, the movie that I wish was out was that Viola Davis movie.
Yes.
That's coming out now,
Yes.
the Woman King,
Yeah.
I think it is. But it doesn't come out until I think September 16th.
And those are the movies that I like the most because they really true stories.
Right.
See,
and they depict us in an amazing light. Okay.
Right.
I like movies like that, right? They show our strength and our power.
Right.
All right. So yes, that's tomorrow, guys. So if you want to go out and you want to get out and stuff like that, but if being that it's $3, you might want to get there a little early or whatever, because things tend to be really, really crowded when you find deals and stuff like that. So G, you know what I was thinking about when you said that, as far as like those powerful movies and stuff like that, I was thinking about superheroes. Who is your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
You said it without a shout.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man has
Why?
always been, because Spider-Man was cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like he was that young guy that, just didn't even really realize the powers he had, and, he was messing with ladies. He had Mary Jane and, Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk wasn't getting no women.
So G, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is you liked Spider-Man because he was getting a lot of women.
Yeah, come on.
You know how we talk when we off the air, we get a little.
Yeah, I don't want to go deep in case some kids is listening, but he was getting with MJ, and he had a couple of females, and it showed his personal life, like his relationship with his uncle and his aunt. It showed the human side of him, even as a superhero. We didn't see Superman going through the emotional things of losing his more than Spider-Man. Spider-Man was more realistic.
Okay.
And I love it.
So you like Spider-Man. So did Spider-Man ever get with like Wonder Woman or Catwoman?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Because really he was a kid. Out of, everybody, when you really look at the other Superman and the Hulk and all, they were grown. Spider-Man was like in school, when he got bit by a spider. So it was like seeing that perspective of like, damn, I'm like ready when I was young, ready to let a spider bite me.
Right.
Maybe I'll get some power, you know what I'm saying? But
the reason why I asked about the Wonder Woman and the Catwoman, because for me, my favorite superheroes are Wonder Woman and Catwoman.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of caught in between the two because I think about myself, right?
Right.
As far as Wonder Woman, she's beautiful and she's strong, but also she's very she's a highly educated woman.
Right.
She had a master's of arts and science, psychology. She had emotional intelligence, not only that, she could kind of overpower you with her strength, but she could outthink you, if you will. So I really kind of liked Wonder Woman for that, and then Catwoman as well. I liked her too. Both Wonder Woman and Catwoman, those outfits that they had on,
Catwoman was a little freaky,
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, Catwoman was a little freaky.
That's not where I was going with that.
But I'm just saying, she was, Well, Holly Berry almost had a monster ball up in there,
Oh my God. But I like their outfits and stuff,
Yeah.
and from a physical standpoint with my body being
In
right
shape.
and stuff now,
Yeah.
I can wear stuff like that, right? And so I really, really, like that. So the fact that Catwoman was also, she's kind of complicated with her personality, she was really kind of defined by many factors. It could be different stuff that would set her off, that would make her go and get it, but she moved in silence.
Right.
And I like that. I'm not really loud as far as my personal life, as far as my behind the scene dealings and stuff like that, until they're ready to come forward. Because I have been embarrassed before and stuff didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm out here singing oh, it's about to go down, and yeah, you went down. All right. So she kind of moves in silence a little bit too.
Catwoman?
Yeah.
And she was really like a cat.
Yeah.
Real finicky.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. She had
can
multiple
love you.
personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's me.
your cat can love you, and then he be swiping at you get away from me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
People tend to say that that's the Gemini, right? But
Yeah.
I think that everybody has a side where they are happy and cool and all of that, and they have a side where they get angry or or upset, and everybody has that side of them. I've never seen a Gemini to where she just clicks on and off, to right now I'm cool with you, G, and now I'm cursing you out. I haven't ever seen that with a Gemini, period. But
Right.
they talk about how we love really, really hard, and how if we have to turn the tables over like the Tasmanian devil, we can go hard too. Oh, another one that I liked too was Storm, but I ain't as bad as
Oh yeah,
Storm.
the X-Men. Yeah.
Baby, go in there and rip up some stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of show that. But G, I kind of want to do some feature photos today. You and I were talking, and you were like, Miss Butterfly Beast, you tell people how you were, they see how you look and stuff now, and you tell people how you were or whatever. I think you should show some of that. So I gave you a couple of pictures. Are you flashing those? I gave you a couple of pictures to kind of post up or whatever and show people. And to kind of give a little disclaimer of those, these are some of the pictures when I was kind of coming down a little bit, because for 6 years, I didn't take any pictures because I was not only really, really heavy, I also had really, really bad issues going on with my skin. And so I didn't take any pictures at all. And my family is the one who was kind of throwing these pictures at me. I found this one, because I'd be the person behind the camera. Y'all want me to take that? I can shoot it for you. I didn't want to be in the pictures.
Now, at that point, what year was this?
So 19. I got a divorce in 16, and I ate myself pretty thick.
Yeah, they was calling you thickness.
No, they wouldn't say that to me. I'm glad they didn't.
No guys on the street, hey, thickness, come here.
No, they didn't. They didn't say that, but they would, they would call for me for, but they wouldn't say thickness.
Did you, because I know Dallas is really a thick girl state in so many ways. I mean, did you get more action from men being bigger right now?
So, G, it's funny that you say that. I was just speaking to someone today about, I did a thing on Facebook. I was doing a live one time, and I did a talk about, I posted a picture when I was thicker, and one when I was thinner. And I asked them, do they like potatoes or do they like French fries? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so many people was coming back like, French fries are good. They're crunchy. They're quick, a little fast or whatever. But potatoes, I really like meat with my potatoes, and so I think that I got more action
being a big girl
when I was bigger, I think. I
Right.
kind of feel like now, I've had people tell me that I'm intimidating, G.
Yeah.
Am I?
Well, I mean, when you in shape, that
requires that they be in shape.
Right. And it also radiates a power about yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When you see, men, it's just like by nature. If a woman is out and she see a guy and he's cut up and he looks good, ooh. You know what I mean? It just gets their attention. Now, this guy may not be about nothing.
Okay.
But that infrastructure
that's
of what they see.
initial look.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I have yet to see a strip club for out of shape dudes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Yeah.
even if the fact that these women go to see these dancers and they cut up with the six packs and all that, that's what they there for.
Yeah.
I haven't seen an out of shape strip club where women is just going looking for guys that's just out of shape because that's a fantasy. Now, they may marry a guy that's out of shape with the beer belly, but at the end, when they want their fantasy,
they go and look at that.
Right.
And how does that make you feel? Because I was thinking about that as well. They have, women or men that once they get married, then they just kind of let themselves go too.
Right.
And then when that woman tip out or something like that, then they get upset. Like, what are your thoughts about that? Because I've heard the reverse.
Right.
Like a woman let herself go or whatever, and then the man tip out and then she's upset.
Well, I can tell you like this. You don't have to be the most attractive guy. You don't have to have that body. But when you got that power and your woman knows she can tip out, but so can I, even out of shape. You know what I'm saying? You have to give your woman a challenge. See, the challenge is no longer there for the women.
Men either, obviously.
Well, right, because they don't care.
Because it's like 20 women to one man.
But when I was out on the streets and I'm out in Harlem back in the days, I'm doing my thing, I had more women chasing me because I had other women.
Oh, okay.
See,
so nobody wants somebody that other people don't want.
Right, because now they can play the game on you because they already know where you're going to be. So when this guy's running around out there, he figure his woman is sitting home. He already got that where he needs it to be. So at this point, it's almost like you in a roommate relationship. He's lusting for everything else, and you're just there. Certain nights he may roll over and give you that attention, but it's not the same.
Wow.
So you got to put yourself in that position where, you look good and you carry yourself.
Right.
When he see other men paying attention to you, he'll start paying attention to you. You got the competition in relationships is dead now. It was always a competition. When you went out, whether you was talking to men or not, you looked it good. You were going to attract men to say something to you.
Now they're competing against each other in the relationship. The man and the woman is competing against each other, which is the weirdest thing. How we going to be on the same team and we competing against each other?
Yeah.
But anyway, so those are the pictures that you see, G.
Yeah.
So
the thickness.
I got pictures when I was thick. In those pictures, I was about 205 pounds,
Wow. And you short too, so I can imagine. Yeah.
Did you have to say it like that?
No, because I mean, how tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
Right, so 200 and some pounds.
Yeah, it was a lot. And I really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Even though I used to breathe really hard. I used to burn the thigh part of my pants and I always had to go get new jeans, right?
Wow.
I really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it until one day my sister videoed me and I was walking away from her and she videoed me from the back and I was waddling like a duck, kind of. Like, you know how their tails go from side to side? I was waddling and I looked and she was like, look how you walk. Like,
But you was like, still cute. I mean, honestly.
Thank you, G.
You get some action like that.
But I'm going to tell you, the favorite colors at that time was black and grays. So black and grays is slimming. So I kind of looked like I was okay in those pictures.
Let me go to Amazon, order me some black shirts.
We got on black right now.
Yeah, we order me a few black shirts.
Yes. But yes, so I just kind of wanted to show those pictures, the feature pictures of me being a little bit heavier. because some people didn't believe that I was that size, and they thought that I just woke up like this, right? And
Right.
then I have the transformation.
Yeah,
picture.
let's go to the
So
transformation.
yeah. So I have a side by side when I had on my granny jeans from the back, and if you look forward, I'm standing in a mirror so you can kind of see my face a little bit. And then I have on a backless short set where you can see that I've actually done the weights, the work. I'm sorry, I've actually done the work.
And your booty actually looks toned. Some people
Because-
lose weight and their booty sags.
Well, not only that, if you look at the picture in the jeans, when you gain weight, I'm only 5'1", as you stated, right?
Right.
We're not getting any taller. So what do? We go out. We spread out. So my butt looks wide on there. Like men, then you're not getting any taller. So what happens? Your stomach starts to stick out, right? Because a lot of times you don't get the hips in the butt or whatever, but you get the love handles
Yeah.
in the gut,
Yeah.
right? So you go outward. So when I came in and I'm doing the work and I'm using the weights and stuff, I toned as well while I was coming in too. And so that other picture is the front part of that pink outfit as well. So
Yeah, but you did well.
thank you. Thank you. So it takes a little bit of time. You didn't get like that overnight. So it took me a little time to get like this as well. And so back to what you were saying, you can invest in your health or you can invest in your medicine.
Well, let me go back to
You
the
know.
big girl and
Go
then
ahead.
after for people that just maybe logged in and they didn't see. This was before. This was basically 205 pounds.
Yes.
19 what?
2019, early 20.
2019. So that was only 3 years ago. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
a little bit 2 years ago. Yep.
Yeah. And then the change,
Yep.
you know, which is the transformation photo.
Yep.
As you can see, the booty is sitting up.
Hey.
It's hanging in there.
It's hanging in there.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the front part is looking good. You know, stand up for a second. Matter of fact, let's so they can
geez.
see that. You know, with Photoshop and everything going on, people think that we're lying sometimes. You know, yeah.
Then I'm gonna have to do my chair.
No, just
Can
yes,
you see me?
Yes, I see you. See, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
This is me. This
Yeah,
is it.
you know, so people can see. You know, they think
Okay.
people Photoshop
Yep.
things, and oh, she don't really look like that. So right now, yes, you know, yes, she made me throw my Captain Crunch away. I was gonna
Captain
had me
Crunch.
some sweet cereal this morning, and she came in here with that.
That used to be my favorite cereal.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch used to be my favorite
I hate it.
cereal.
I really actually hate it now. It's,
Really?
You know, it's not like it used to be. You could taste like the meat byproducts and everything over the years.
Really?
I mean, you know, everything that we used to love, it's almost like the meat byproducts that they put into it
Yeah.
is no longer that original taste.
course.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's just not the same as it used to be.
Well, listen, guys, this has been your lunchtime power hour. We are just getting started, myself and G. We got a lot more information for you. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a break really quick, and then we're gonna jump back in at these transformation pitches in this Captain Crunch.
Okay, so I think we're gonna do this ab workout again.
Okay.
You know, so people
'Cause
know.
this is a part 2 of Love Yourself.
Okay.
Hi guys, I'm your girl, Miss Butterfly Beats, coming to you today with another ab exercise, okay? A 5-minute ab workout. What I have here is my timer on my phone. We're gonna do 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest, which is really your transition time to the next exercise, okay? So, we are going to do flutter kicks. Everything's gonna be on the mat. We're gonna do flutter kicks, hip raises, reverse crunches, straight leg toe touches, and 6-inch hold. We're gonna do a static hold at the end, all right? Like I said, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds transition. All right, we're gonna take it to the mat. We're gonna run that back 2 times for 5 minutes, all right? Let's take it to the mat. right, we're gonna start with flutter kicks. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer. I have my head off the mat for a little bit more of intensity. You can go flat on the mat if you want, but for me, I want more of a challenge. I'm lifting it up. We're almost there. Come on, flutter kick. Our next exercise is hip raises. Hip raises. We're gonna lift our feet towards the sky, bring our hips off the mat. All right, get ready? Let's go. Hold it to 6 inches. Pull with your abs. Make your abs do the work. All right. Our next exercise is reverse crunches. So we're laying in the same position. We're going to take our feet to 6 inches and bring them in and out. Okay, 6 inches, in, out. Hold your abs tight. You can bring your head up also if you need more of a challenge. All right. Our next exercise is straight leg toe touch. So legs are gonna be straight up. You're gonna reach up and touch it, okay? Or at least we're gonna try. Go.
Hey, let everybody know where they can go to see those videos.
You can go to YouTube, Fitness by Nori on YouTube. Go to YouTube. I am on Fitness by Nori on all social platforms. So go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Follow Fitness by Nori on all social platforms. I have all kind of information out there, guys. I'm always throwing something out there for free. And all of those videos on YouTube are free. Also, on Mondays at 7 p.m., I am doing live workouts. So you can go with me live on Instagram and Facebook. You can chat it in and talk to me and stuff while we're doing workouts. Work out with me at 5:30 in the morning as well on a Wednesday morning. Wednesday mornings is your midweek hump day burn. Your midweek hump day burn. So you can get through to the weekend. 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I am live as well on Facebook and Instagram. So log into Fitness by Nori and let's work out together. 7 p.m. on a Monday, never miss a Monday. 5:30 a.m. on Wednesday, Central Standard Time. And then I'm in studio on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Saturday mornings at 8:30 a.m. I am at the TBS studio, 3711 West Camp Wisdom, 3711 West Camp Wisdom. But anything you want to find, you can find it on Fitness by Nori on all social platforms. And the website is fitnessbynori.com. All right. So, G, jump back into them transformation pictures. Everything is good. And you and this Captain Crunch. We're talking about love yourself today. So, I loved myself enough to look at my sister talk about me waddling like a duck. And I did some work and lost some weight.
Great move.
And I gained some muscle in the process and everything, but I gained a little confidence as well, right?
So who did you actually get started with in your journey to get yourself together that led you into being a personal trainer yourself?
I have a girlfriend that we were out to dinner. We were really actually having drinks, and I was doing my woe is me and talking about my issues, right? And we ran into a friend of hers that had a workout class similar to mine. And that's how I got started. I went to the workout class and worked out and talked about, losing weight. I mean, I lost the weight, everything. And then I started personal training with him. And so from there, that's how I ended up becoming a personal trainer, getting certified, starting my own business, all of that, because he talked to me, walked me through it, gave me the game.
It's the best move you ever made, don't you think so?
I think so.
Right, because, not even the fact that you got in business for yourself, you got your health.
Yes.
There's no telling where you could be at this point in your life if you never turned your health around.
I can absolutely tell you I would probably have diabetes because I'm a sugar girl. So
Yeah.
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 So when I tell people the number one thing, if there is one thing that you want to do, is there one thing that you can do? Because what a lot of people will tell you, change this, change that, stop eating this, don't do that, get up at this time, go to sleep at this time. They'll tell you to do all of these different things. But for me, I will give you one thing to do. If you do that one thing, you will notice a drastic transformation. You will get amazing results in at least 30 days. And that is take the sugary drinks out of your diet. That's it. Stop drinking the sodas, the lattes, frappuccinos, frattes, and all that. Stop drinking the juices and all. Drink you water. Water. A lot of people, I don't like water. All you got to do is change your palate. So start drinking it more. You'll start to like it, right? What you feed will live. What you starve will die. So starve out all of the sugary products, right? Which causes inflammation in the body, health issues, and all of that. And once you do that, then you will notice the change. I mean, even in your skin and everything, you will notice a drastic difference. So if there's that one thing that I have to give you, and I always say it, that one thing is remove the sugary drinks. Remove the sugary drinks, the products. If you can stop eating the cookies, cakes, and all that, remove the sugar. That would be the one thing that I would suggest at this particular point, just to get started. And it's very hard. Yeah. And
I want a cookie now.
And I can say that because that was my device, right? Yeah. Everyone has their vices.
It's like heroin.
Yeah.
You know how you don't have that heroin and you start getting shaky and jittery? That's what people feel with sugar.
Well, that's one of the things that they tell you. Like if you have someone, and I've walked through all of that as well. If you have like a heroin addict, right, and they get on methadone and they're trying to come off of it, right? If they run out of their methadone, that's what they'll tell them, get some sugar. Because sugar sends off the same endorphins in the body as drugs do. It hits that same happy nerve that drugs do, right? And so that's why you have to be really, really careful about giving your kids sugar at so early on,
candy,
because
and all
their
that,
minds, it's like boom, boom, boom. It starts firing on all cylinders.
And your
right?
mind don't process well with a lot of sugar.
It doesn't. It gets really, really cloudy.
Yeah.
So if you could do that one thing, which is I'm saying, take the sugar out of your diet, drink more water, that will help you, because the water is, depending on what you read, 60 to 80% water, right? Majority of that water, your brain sits in that water, that fluid, right?
Right.
And so you won't get that foggy brain and all of that. So if you can do that transition, you would notice an extreme difference right off the top. But that's the part of loving yourself, guys. Look, I can talk about this just off the top without talking about anything else, because it's my passion. It's something that I love, and my desire is to help as many people as possible. So back to love yourself, G, and we getting you off these Captain Crunch, okay? We're going to get you into something else.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But last week, just to recap, because this is a part 2. Okay. Last week on Love Yourself, to kind of recap, we talked about, we came in talking about Mo3, which is a Dallas rapper, or the Texas rapper, because I think he was born in like McKinney or some mess. But anyway, he's a Dallas rapper or whatever, and he died really, really early. But the reason why I used him is because he had a song called Love Yourself. And the song talks about, you ain't gotta like me, I like myself. You ain't gotta love me, I love myself. You ain't gotta fight for me, I'm gonna fight for myself. Walk 100 miles in these shoes, you should have seen how I felt, right? And so you can go and listen to the song and stuff like that. But he's talking about, the girls used to talk about him and all kind of stuff, and now they trying to get with him because, of course, he got money, right? And stuff, because he was still a bigger guy, right? And that's something that you was just talking about, how you can still be a bigger guy, but you have that confidence and you take care of yourself or whatever. But that's how we got started last week when we was talking about love yourself, and I used him as a gist, and I was saying that, his song is really graphic, but you can go and listen to it. But in this day and time, there are so many things that are going on, and people are moving fast, and they want everything to be fast food, and they want to get the results so fast, right? And one of the things that I talked about last week was envy versus coveting. When you envy someone, that's a bad thing, and envy evokes jealousy.
Right.
You know, but when you covet something, that means you desire something, and it kind of makes you want to go and get it. You know, it makes you want to kind of work towards it. But those are some things that I talked about. And one of my girlfriends, one of my clients, actually, she was talking about me in her car and how she was saying, go and just get you a new car, because clearly that bug shield is not making you want to say this is a nice car or whatever, right? So just coveting that, saying that's something nice, and I desire a new car, right? But envy evokes jealousy, and everybody wants to flex these days. Everybody wants to flex, meaning boast and brag. And I was talking about Tisha's podcast and how she was talking about the lady that went into the dealership and took the pictures and stuff with took the pictures with the G-Wagon and stuff, and how she posted it and everything. So you guys take a chance, go ahead and look at that back at part 1. It's on YouTube. Go ahead and look at part 1. But how it brought me to this topic was my skin issues, and how I was how I really was, had low self-esteem because I started having issues in my adulthood, right? Which is adult acne. I didn't have it when I was younger and everything, and how I had gone to see my dermatologist and stuff, and how she was telling me, where we was talking on a plan and stuff, and I was telling her how my ex, my first love had asked about my skin, because of course this didn't happen until I became an adult. He didn't see that early on when we got together, when we was 19 and 20, right? And so he was just like, what happened to your skin? And the last guy that I dated actually basically said he didn't want to get with me because of my skin. Right. And so I talked about all of that last week, guys, and how I was very open about my skin issues and all of the stuff that I've taken and done since I've had the skin issues and all of that. But we went on ahead and we was talking about surgeries. We was talking about surgeries and how women are getting so many surgeries and stuff like that. And so I gave you the picture, G, about the woman with the woman in the green.
With the booties.
Yeah, with the booties, with an S.
Yeah, the booties. They ain't got booty, they got booties.
And so,
would you like me to show that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And so I was talking about last week how, it's an insecurity. And on that picture, it says, we didn't ask for this. And that's men. They're talking about, we didn't ask for this. This woman looks like a real live bumblebee. Then stung her on both sides, But the bumblebee, how bumblebee has the big butt? Yeah. It's like a bumblebee on both sides, like she's double. It doesn't make sense. Her legs are built up like, how we tell men not to miss leg day? So her legs are really, really thin.
Yeah, like 2 sticks.
Yeah, like 2 popsicle sticks.
With a watermelon on it.
And she got 2 watermelons sitting on the sticks.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. And men do not ask for stuff like that. Not only does it look a mess, okay, it's gonna affect your confidence and your self-esteem later. Because you're gonna look at yourself and you're gonna say, I didn't even know I was gonna do this. I didn't know it was gonna look like that. Yes, technology has come a long way. And they can show you how things are gonna look ideally, right? But your body still has to process that. What if your body doesn't like this or doesn't like that? The body will reject it. I talked about the woman that was part of Playboy and all of these different things, and she kept getting her breast implants, and she kept getting them bigger and bigger and bigger, and she had Hashimoto disease and all kind of stuff, and she couldn't understand where this is coming from because she wasn't a sickly person. It didn't run in her family and all this stuff, and she ended up thinking about, when I got these implants, that's when I started having these problems. And she got her implants taken out, and then all of the sicknesses and stuff went away. So guys, listen, you don't know how the body is going to process these different things that you're doing. Nowadays, they have the 360 lipo, right? Where they take fat out of areas that they don't want the fat in, and they put the fat in the areas that they want it in, right? So they'll put the fat in, your glutes, or they'll put the fat in your boobs, right? For me, that wouldn't work for me, right? It wouldn't work if I were to put the fat in my boobs, because what'll happen? I'll end up losing it because I work out the way that I do. You can't tell your body where to lose the fat from. So once you lose the fat and you get to your ideal point, then you can build up different areas, but you can build every area of your body except for your boobs, right? Because you have pectoral muscles that are there and it's sitting behind where the fat tissue sits, right? So you can't build that part. So most people go and get implants and things of that nature. But what if your body rejects it? Like this woman, her body rejected it and she started having all of these issues with her body. This lady right here on this picture with these popsicle stick legs and these watermelons sitting on top of it, men are not asking for that. They're walking around, they're seeing you, and you have Kevin Samuels that will even talk about like women will go out and do these things. Men are not looking for women to do stuff like that. And women are like, oh, men like this. Kevin Samuels said men will play with that. You know, and G, you can tell me your thoughts on it. Men will play with stuff like that, but to actually live with a woman like that and have a woman like that, they'll start to think her self-esteem is low. She's insecure. If you're insecure about something like your body, that makes you think you're going to carry this body around forever. You're with that person all the time.
Right. And honestly, when I see women like that, it's really a turnoff to me because I come from a whole different generation.
Okay.
You know, you talking about, I was a teenager in the 70s, and I seen the black African women that our mothers and fathers, you know, were attracted to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our sisters had afros.
Yeah.
You know,
and
or they had
accessories
braids
to match.
Right. You know, or they had braids, a different type of style of things. You know, I mean, today you have women that run around and most of the things on their body is not real.
Absolutely.
But then they want a real man.
They want a real man.
You want a real man, but there's nothing about you that's real. So, you know, I mean...
But think about it, G. Let's talk about that. You want a real man. We can talk about it from a man's perspective until they see you and you're not real. And then a woman, we say we want a real man too, right? Yeah. Until we require that they be real. That they be real honest. That they be real with their finances. That they be real disciplined. You know, we want real too until we require that. And they'll say, I'm real. Oh, I'm real.
Yeah.
Until we require that you show the real you.
See, the difference is you can always build a man to be better if he's taught better. But you can't build yourself when you're putting things on you that can affect your life. When you get this booty, it just don't go away now.
Right.
See, so you created something that can turn around and be a problem.
Right.
I remember the young lady was down in Deep Ellum, and she was giving injections, and she ended up killing somebody.
Correct.
So what happens to that lady kids and everything? You know, their life has been changed because your quest of something that we're naturally born with. Most of our women have natural, nice booties.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you don't,
you can build it. You can work on it.
Right. It's workout regimens that do all that. But
all
when you start reaccessorizing your body, you know, for the quest of what?
Right.
For the quest of what?
Right.
Who did you see that done this that make you feel? Because most of the time we led to anything we do. When we go out and buy a car, we're buying a car that we can't afford because we seen someone that's richer with that car. Oh man, I got to get that.
Right.
So who did you see that made you motivate yourself to say, I'll take a chance with my life?
Right. Hence the reason why they have everything. Everything is on television or going picturesque now, like videos and all of that. Everything is what you see, right? So you're right. You had to see someone do that. And women are seeing that when they have these different accessories, right, that they get more attention, which it's a part of your self-esteem. It's how you feel about yourself. It's part of your insecurity.
Go to Instagram.
Yeah. I
go to Instagram and all day long, I see half-clad women in clothes walking with their big booties. Like, I am the what's the name? Like, you know, I'm it. Yeah, I'm the one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if that's all you got to go for yourself.
If that's all you have to bring to the proverbial table, right? Then that's all they're going to do. They're going to play with that. You know, now don't get me wrong. You have people that's a part of their business, right? So some of the Instagram models and stuff, that's a part of their business. They know that they have to do these different things to keep it up or whatever, right? But even with that, you still have to work out. So again, I'm going to, reference back to part 1. Go and look at part 1 on YouTube. We talked about that the other week when we talked about love yourself and how you go and you have these surgeries and you still have to work out though.
Yeah.
You're going to still, your body still gains weight because it still gets fat in different areas. So you still have to work out in order to maintain. I have to work out now in order to maintain this. If I stop now, right, and I just go and eat whatever I want to eat and drink whatever I want to drink and do whatever I want to do, then I'm going to be back to 205 pounds. And you will get there quicker than, because you're thinking, I can just do what I want and I can just eat what I want. And you're not even worried about it. And before you know it, you're going to be back at 205 pounds.
Right. And even if you eat healthy, even if you eating healthy foods, you still have to have a workout region that goes with it.
You do. You really do, because the food nowadays is not 100%.
Right.
So you really have to working out is just a part of it. Being mindful of what you eat is part of it. And people they hear me talk about the fitness ratio all the time. And the fitness ratio, 75% of it is your food. 75% of it is what you eat. Okay. Another 15% is exercise and 10% is rest. You have to feed your muscles, tear them down, go to sleep, let them heal and grow. So that's how it is. And so with that being said, you have to be mindful of what you eat. You have to maintain. So go back and look at part 1 of this where we're talking about the surgeries and stuff like that. One of the reasons why I stuck so close to this, and it makes me think about it a whole lot more, is because I've had 3 people in my family before I became a professional trainer to have surgeries. And then I was like, I know that this is something that's needed. I was not going to be one of those. One had the lap band, which is supposed to be easier, simpler, right? Or safer, because they're just putting a band around you and they're filling that part with fluid. And so you can't eat as much. Then the other one did a sleeve, the gastric sleeve, and then the other one did the gastric bypass, where they redo the stomach and reconstruct everything, right? Well, the problem with all of that is you're not able to get in the proper amount of protein, the proper amount of fat, and the proper amount of carbs, your carbohydrates. You're not able to get in the proper amount of things that you need when you have those. So the best thing is to get someone to help you with your nutrition and help you to work out. Simple stuff. Guys, sitting on the couch looking at TV, you can do different exercises to help you. If it's nothing but bend over and touching your toes while you're sitting there looking at TV, sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up. It's going to engage your abs. It's going to work your quads and your glutes. Like, it's going to help everything just sitting down, standing up. And you're doing that while you're watching a whole 45-minute hour show.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Does sex play a role?
Absolutely.
In working out?
Absolutely.
Is that, so someone that's getting a lot of sex, should they be in better shape?
Sex is a physical fitness. It is, they say that you're supposed to burn so many calories during sexual intercourse. And you're supposed to lose approximately 5 pounds. That's what they say. Okay. I wouldn't know that, right?
Right, because your action ain't there.
G,
right
you put me on the spot.
No, but I'm just saying for other people.
It ain't like I haven't had it before. And yes, you sweat and all of that. So yes, it's a good thing. You're supposed to. However, if you roll over and you just eat, some candy and some junk when you finish and you're laying there looking at TV, that's not going to help.
Right.
So yes, it all plays a part. It all plays a role. Yes. Sex is good for physical fitness. Okay,
so
if that's the question.
So either you guys, you work out or you find a girl that's real frisky.
Yeah.
She'll get you in shape.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Well, you have to work out too. You just laying there while she's, doing her pony rides and stuff. Yeah. That's not going to help.
Throw all over the room, dog.
Oh my God.
Play handball up in the house. Just get in shape.
Oh my God. You are crazy.
You're doing it for the betterment of your body. It's nothing personal. Yes.
Yes. Well, that's a part of loving yourself, right?
Right.
And some people, they don't love themselves enough to be completely vulnerable with that other person,
Right.
to actually show that off. And you know what, G? We're going to make that a topic. We're going to talk about that at another time, okay?
Yeah. Sex and feeling better.
Let's do that. Yes. And loving yourself. Yeah. Fitness.
That's why y'all got to
sexual
tune in.
fitness.
Yeah, that's why y'all got to tune into Nori, because she keeps it real. She's going to help
Absolutely.
you on all levels. Some guys, they didn't even recognize, and some women didn't even recognize that you can get in better shape by, having intercourse.
Absolutely.
So when you I don't need no man, and
Oh
I
my
don't need no
God, I
girl,
don't know
and
why
you're
they
by
saying
yourself, and you're just increasing your fat cells. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not doing anything. I mean, somewhere along the line, you got to find a way to burn some energy.
Absolutely. Well, what brought me to this part too, G, is because with men are having these surgeries now.
Wow.
And it's crazy. So I wanted to kind of get on that part of part 2. Go back and look at part 1. I talked about the women and all of that. And
so
talked
what
about,
are these men are doing? I mean,
I talked about the glands and stuff in the glutes and stuff, and how that's affecting people, and that's why people are dying. They're not understanding why. Oh, it's just a lot of fat tissue. No, it's not. It's a lot of veins that run through there that travels back to the heart. So go and check out part 1. But part 2, it's talking about the men. Men are having these surgeries. One of the people that stood out talking about it was Kanye West, right? Which would make me think, that's kind of crazy. Why would Kanye go and have these surgeries, and he lost his mom to it? Right? But like you said, it's about something that you've seen. Somebody has introduced this to you.
He's in that type of
in
world.
Hollywood, right?
Kim Kardashian.
His wife, Kim Kardashian.
Right. So surgery to them, and it didn't start with them.
Of course.
You talk about a lot of those movie stars.
Of course.
They look like clay.
Right.
Now, because they didn't have so many surgeries over the years, they get to around 50 and 60, they look like clay dolls.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what I wanted to kind of talk about, that because with the men, you wouldn't think, men back in the day, they're not doing that. I'm a man, this I am. Oh, I'm going to go and work out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Right. But he kind of made me think about it, when I was going through all of this and I was researching it, he kind of made me, and I was like, let me shift gears a little bit. And I started looking at the men. One guy, and the reason why I want to talk about it from a fitness perspective is his name is Bandman Kevo. And he's very, very open about it, and how he had the surgery and how he paid $70,000 so that he wouldn't feel the pain for so many days and all of that, right? So that's a higher, intake of the drugs that you're having to take in, and how your liver is having to filter all of that foolishness, right? So with men, they're feeling and the reason why I want to talk about it specifically is because he specifically talked about it from fitness. You got all these people out here working out and this and that, and it's that one little part that they want to do and they can't get it or whatever. And so, I had my trainer. He you getting it, man. You going at it or whatever. And he was like, have this surgery. Remove some of that fat from there. You got abs, it's showing and everything, but have the surgery so you can see it. He was like, I was getting it. I'm working out every day and whatever the case may be, but you still couldn't really see my abs the way that I wanted them to pop. Yeah, because you have to take your fat down. You have to eat less. You have to put you have to put your body at a deficit to remove the fat so that you can see it. The abs, they used to say is made in the kitchen, because whatever you eat, whatever you consume. And when I say consume, it's the food you eat, the things that you listen to, your stress, all of that. It normally packs on right there, right? And they talk about that eye, that third eye, right? It's all there. Your spirit lives there. Everything is there. So that's why it's packed on right there, right? We have fat there to protect our organs and things like that. So you have to put your body at a deficit so you can remove the fat so that you can see it. Okay. So what he did is, again, he took another easier way out, and he went and had the surgery to remove the fat. And now you can see his 6-pack, right? You have some that remove the fat and they put it in other areas. When I was doing this research, I seen a guy, he was like, I wanted to remove, I go and work out and everything. But when I work out, some women are finding that they have the glute dips. It's the hip dips where you have the little dip on the side of your glutes, right? So they'll go and they'll put that fat back in there to fill it out. Well, this guy found him and everything, and he works out. He's muscular, built here. He has abs and all of that. And he took the fat and he put it in his glutes so that it could be rounder. You have people putting all of these stuff, implants in their biceps, in their calves. Like, it's crazy. I did not realize how many men have these surgeries as well. And it's crazy to me. I just don't understand that. It's crazy. Men are normally the ones that are like, no, we need to work at it. We need to get it.
But the men have become on a woman level over the years. We are
more
slipping.
Feminine,
yeah,
emotional.
And it's just the new grade of men. You know, the old cats, you know, that go back with me and before me, they're not doing that nonsense. It's these new cats that, you know, they don't see nothing wrong with it.
So everything from what you've told me and from what I'm thinking, everything is more visual. It's more about what you see. You know, it's really not something that you can be. That's what word am I looking for? It's not something that's more. It's just more fake or whatever.
Right, because we didn't need to have all that to get the best woman. See, today you really believe you need to have all that to get the best of anything, and you still don't. You know.
So nowadays the man needs to look good and have money and have a nice.
That's what he believed.
Look good, have money, and have a nice sex game.
Right.
And then the woman, she just needs to look good and with her body and all of that.
Some man's
that's
gonna
it.
come through and just make your life different.
She can be a ding dong in the brain. Don't think for herself.
Right.
Don't cook. Don't clean. But she gonna tell you how she got that ring.
That's the fake belief. None of us had that. Our mothers back in the days looked at like mothers. Mm-hmm. They wasn't walking around like cover girls. They had natural beauty. That was good enough. They were never alone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They kept a man.
They kept a man in their life.
And that's something that I say too. If you look at my 600-pound life, right? They have a man. They have a woman. All of them have somebody. There's somebody out there for everyone, right? But I guess it's just your choice.
Well,
I guess it's just choice.
If you're going out there getting what's not for you, then it won't work. Like, you know, I seen during the NBA draft, I seen more young black men marching to the front with young white women. See, that's a trend now. You got to get that now because you.
Well, I'm not gonna say now. That's been there because they felt like that was a trophy.
But it's to the
because they couldn't have it at one point.
But it's to the forefront now. See, at one time you had certain, you know,
couldn't
athletes,
do it because you'll end up getting killed.
Right, but now it's the forefront. That's the first choice. And I mean, you know, people. Oh, well, you know, you don't have no. Listen, my first thing is if I'm going to be successful at anything, let me try with a woman that looked like my mama, that supposed to have the same pedigree as my mama. The reason why I have never dated, you know, a white woman, not because I'm racist, but how can I be with someone that doesn't share the same struggles I have? That's like me dating someone from England and they know nothing about our lifestyle. I know nothing about yours.
They say that black women are difficult now. And the crazy part is you look at us as being difficult when you want us to encourage you, motivate you, and inspire you to be better. You know, you want us to give you words of encouragement. You want us to that's what you would say that a helpmate is, right? The helpmate is the person that you give the information to. And while she may sound like she's nagging you, she's just keeping that on your mind.
She's not difficult. She's disgusted. Like me, I look at kids.
I like it.
I look at kids. I look at some of my kids, and I'm kind of disgusted. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we can be doing better. We don't want to work hard anymore. These young kids, we done bought some in here. You know, trying to train them and teach them about doing something, a trade that you can make a lot of money off of. You say you want to be a rapper, but you don't want to learn the studio.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So, at the end of the day, a woman is more disgusted than anything.
So we're not difficult. We're disgusted.
In a lot of situations.
We're disgusted in the situation that the man is not doing X, Y, Z. I'm not going to go down the list with the things that they say the man is not doing.
She's pulling the load by herself.
She's pulling the load. Yeah.
Because she still got to pull. Now,
we're tired.
Well, we're not saying every woman. See, some of the women, you getting the worst end of it is because you choosing the worst end. You got choices.
Yeah.
When you look at this guy and you see something in him and it turns you on and all that, some people is good to be a sleep buddy. Others is great to be a building buddy.
Right.
Get the right one. Because if you just got, girls is out there right now at the club meeting men who this week is going to be with you, next week they're going to be with another woman.
Yeah.
So you got to know what you after. Right now, as I tell any woman, if you don't have a strong man with a mindset,
right,
you're gonna be in trouble.
Strong
because this world is very unpredictable now.
Right.
It's every day the rules of engagement changes.
Yeah.
So if you ain't got a man that's a thinker in your corner,
right,
that can maybe pull you out of something, because what if you lose your job?
Right.
Well, baby, how we gonna make it now?
Right. Gee, I had somebody that said something to the effect of, men are going to just mess with different women. You know what, G? We're going to talk about this on another show. We have to. That's going to be our next show. We're going to talk about that.
I know men that don't mess with other women because they got the one they want. See, when you everything to somebody, then they'll start to take it, or you just got the wrong man.
Right. Right.
You can't be everything to the wrong man.
Right.
And a lot of times what happens is these women getting these poison pill relationships they created because there's no man rolled up on you and pulled the gun and said, you're going to be my woman.
Absolutely.
That's who you chose.
Yeah.
So now you was trying to be wifey to the wrong guy.
Right.
So when that parts, you may meet Mr. Right, but you got nothing to offer him now.
Right.
You don't want to do nothing. I ain't going to try to cook. I didn't been there.
Because now you're frustrated.
You're frustrated.
Upset. You've done all of this for the wrong person.
Right. So now Mr. Right is sitting right here in your face.
Right.
And he may come from a situation where he has a mother. And he's seen how his mother does her man.
Right.
Now I got a woman that won't even prepare a meal for me.
Nothing.
Won't even make me a sandwich.
Yeah. So that is going to be our next show. Look, because we're talking about love yourself. Look, we're talking about surgeries right now. You're not loving yourself because you're putting all this crazy stuff in your body and all of that. So, guys, I want to give you a couple of things that you can look at. A couple of people that I listen to as it relates to podcasts and things like that. My inspirational speakers, I listen to Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas, E.T., the hip hop preacher. I listen to him. I love David Goggins. David Goggins is so mentally resilient and so strong. I love him. Listen to him. I love C.T. Fletcher, because he's speaking to you so direct and so hood and street. He do a lot of cursing. Okay. So if you don't want that, then you can listen to somebody like Inky Johnson. He's a little bit softer with it. I love Bishop and Bishop Jakes, Sarah Jakes. I love them. So listen to people that can help you push things forward. As far as a podcast, I listen to the Winning Mind podcast. The Winning Mind podcast with Letitia DeSuze. Dr. DeSuze is over that podcast, the Winning Mind podcast. Very, very, realistic life type stuff. Listen to her. And then another suggestion on a book that I would suggest is Switch on Your Brain. Switch on Your Brain. Turn it on. It's by Dr. Caroline Leaf. Dr. Caroline Leaf. So those are some things that I kind of wanted to point out to you guys. Guys, you have to love yourself. If you are with someone that's downing you, talking down on you, treating you bad, treating you crazy, then hey, that's not the person for you, like G was talking about. And we're gonna get a little bit more in depth in that on the next show when we're talking about love yourself. Looks like it has gone into a part 3 of love yourself. These first 2, we're talking about women and men's surgeries, and how you or reshaping your body and looking crazy and things like that. I showed the transformation picture of myself. I showed the picture of the lady with the 2 popsicle sticks with the watermelon sitting on top of them, and men are not asking for stuff like that. So that's how we're going to start the show next week. We're going to show those popsicle stick legs and those watermelons, and we're going to talk about how sex plays a part in that as well, and helping you with your physical fitness and stuff like that. So we'll tap into that part. But some people that you can listen to, as I stated, E.T., David Goggins, C.T. Fletcher, Letitia DeZeus, Inky Johnson, Sarah Jakes, Bishop Jakes, and please read Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Caroline Leaf. We got a lot of information in today, G. I feel like I kind of be giving them information overload.
Yeah, so you because our people's attention span is not long because they don't work out. So you can't overdo things because the mind hasn't processed. If the body ain't processed, the mind is not neither.
It starts in the mind.
Yeah,
But
it was
this
a good
is
show.
Your lunchtime power hour. Look, we're going to go ahead. We're going to let it go. Follow me on all social platforms, Fitness by Nori, Fitness by Nori. And hopefully I'll see you guys next Friday.